If you're a curious kid who loves magic and science, then you need to join our enchanted adventure. One bright morning, Professor Spark's lab went dark. Her gadget stopped working, and who should appear but Wizzy the Wizard in a puff of glittery smoke. "Professor Spark!" he exclaimed. "The glowstone is missing!" Ever the adventurer, Professor Spark grabbed her magnifying glass. "Let's find it, Wizzy! But how?" With a twirl of his wand, Wizzy said, "We'll solve puzzles and perform experiments. Let's start with a magic trick." Wizzy made a coin vanish with just a handkerchief and some wizardly words. But guess what? The secret was in his clever hand movements and a hidden pocket. See, sometimes magic is all about being clever. Wizzy grinned. Their journey led them to a sparkling river with all the colors of the rainbow. To cross, they needed a science experiment. What happens next? Stay tuned and join the adventure. Continuing their quest, Professor Spark and Wizzy the Wizard ventured deeper into the mystical forest. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the air was filled with the scent of magic. Suddenly, they encountered a giant guardian bird with feathers that shimmered like precious gems. To pass, they needed to perform another magic trick. Wizzy handed Professor Spark a feather and said, "Make this feather float without touching it." Professor Spark looked puzzled, but intrigued. Wizzy winked and demonstrated the trick. He held the feather in front of him and with a subtle puff of air, made it appear as if the feather was floating mid-air. "The secret," Wizzy explained, "is in the gentle, controlled breath. It's all about mastering the art of subtlety." Professor Spark tried it herself, blowing just enough to keep the feather afloat. The giant guardian bird, impressed by their clever trickery, spread its massive wings and allowed them to pass. As they moved forward, the path became more challenging, but their spirits were high. The bond between science and magic grew stronger with each step they took. What other challenges await our adventurous duo? Stay tuned to find out. Narrator. After crossing the river and passing the giant guardian bird, Professor Spark and Wizzy the Wizard found themselves at the entrance of the Cave of Glowstone. The air inside was cool and filled with an ethereal glow from the mysterious lava lamps that lined the cave walls. Professor Spark: "Wizzy, look at these glowing lamps. They must be the source of the cave's light." Wizzy the Wizard: "Indeed, Professor Spark. But to awaken the sleeping glowstone, we need to recreate their glowing magic ourselves." Narrator. With a determined look, Professor Spark rummaged through her bag and pulled out the ingredients for their next experiment. Professor Spark: "I know just what to do. We'll make a homemade lava lamp to light the path." Narrator. Science Experiment 2. Homemade lava lamp. Using a bottle, water, oil, food coloring, and a fizzy tablet, Professor Spark demonstrated how to create a mesmerizing lava lamp effect. She filled the bottle with water and oil, added a few drops of food coloring, and then dropped in a fizzy tablet. Narrator. As the tablet dissolved, bubbles of colored water floated up through the oil, creating a magical, glowing effect that lit up the cave. Wizzy the Wizard. Marvelous, Professor Spark. The glowstone is awakening. Narrator. The glowstone woke up, floating into the air and releasing its magical energy. The entire cave glittered with radiant energy, illuminating the path ahead. Professor Spark: "We did it, Wizzy. Onward to our next adventure." Narrator. With the glowstone lighting their way, Professor Spark and Wizzy the Wizard continued deeper into the cave, their spirits high and the bond of science and magic stronger than ever. What other wonders and challenges will they face next? Stay tuned to find out.